This video is all about shopping for beauty products at Whole Foods. And when I first started going there, I was so intimidated to even walk into that section. It was full of brands I didn't know, lots of essential oils, and I didn't know how to ask anybody for help. I have since tried a lot of products. There's still a lot left for me to try, but these are products that really work for me and that I would recommend to you as a jumping off point. And even if you don't live near a Whole Foods, most of these brands can be found online at places like Pharmaca and Vitacost. So I will link those websites down below, but let's go ahead and get started. One of my favorite natural brands, Aure, also happens to be really affordable, and you can find pretty much their entire product lineup at Whole Foods, which is awesome. I could have brought down a dozen Aure products, but I tried to restrain myself so that this video is not forever long. The first one I have is the Ultra Hydrating Body Lotion, and this is made with cocoa butter and CoQ10. And I like this because there's no added synthetic fragrance, so if you have sensitive skin, this is a wonderful option. And when I first got this, I almost thought it was too lightweight and I thought it wasn't going to do enough, but it's a very silky formula and it sinks in immediately and it does leave my skin feeling nicely moisturized. And I've gone through quite a few bottles. Actually, this one is brand new. It hasn't been opened yet. I'm still working on one, but I wanted to show you that Aure recently redid some of their packaging, so this is what it looks like now, but this is a great body lotion. I think if I were to ask you guys what my #1 Aure product is, most of you could answer with the brightening facial scrub. This is the best physical exfoliator. It's made with ingredients like organic sea kelp and French green clay that really help to clean out pores. And while I love chemical exfoliators, some days it's nice to go in gently with a physical exfoliator, and it just helps my skin look really bright. It gets rid of any dry patches. So if I could only recommend one Aure product to you, it would be this one. Recently in the comments, someone asked, I want to create a pamper routine, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. What products would you recommend? And at Whole Foods, there's a brand called Deep Steep, and a lot of times I find it on sale, but even at full price, it's still very reasonable. And there are two products from Deep Steep that I think are perfect for a pampering night. The first is the Sugar Scrub, and this is a really nice scrub. What I love so much about it is that it leaves my skin feeling just a tiny bit oily, but not in a bad way, but more of like a moisturizing way. This took the place of the Lush Rose Argan body conditioner for me. So when I use it in the shower after I rinse off, if I just lightly pat dry, I don't feel the need for an extra body oil or lotion. This leaves my skin feeling really nourished. And then if you watched my spa night routine, I used the Deep Steep bubble bath, and this is in the scent Passion Fruit Guava. It smells amazing. It creates so many bubbles. So if you'd like to create a pamper routine from products that you can find at Whole Foods, I think these two from Deep Steep are awesome. And then I was at Whole Foods last week and there was a new brand I had never seen before, and I think it was called like Seaweed Company or Seaweed Bath Company, something like that. But they had little packets of like salts to put it in your bath. So if you guys have tried that, let me know, but that was something I was thinking that maybe one day I'd like to try. I have not tried a ton of natural hair care. My hair is just so hard to manage that I feel like I need these super strength styling products. But if you wanted me to recommend a natural shampoo, the best one I've tried so far is from Aure. This is their Moroccan Argan Stem Cell plus Argan Oil with CoQ10 and Omega-7 Triple Moisture Repairing Shampoo. That is quite the name. I have repurchased this enough times that I felt like it was worth it for me to get this big bottle. This I bought from iHerb, and I haven't seen this size at Whole Foods, but the regular squeeze bottles are there, and there's a shampoo and then a matching conditioner. And while this is a moisturizing shampoo, I don't feel it's like super moisturizing. It doesn't weigh my hair down at all. It's just a nice everyday shampoo. And while I like it, I will say that I like how my hair feels better when I've used the Living Proof. But if you want a natural recommendation from me, this one is it. A natural hair care product that I think beats out its conventional counterpart is this one from Giovanni. It's the Too Chic Avocado and Olive Oil Ultra Moist Deep Hair Mask. And this reminds me of the macadamia nut oil hair mask that comes in that big tub, and I purchased many of those and it's very expensive. This is much more affordable, but it leaves my hair feeling very similar. So if I'm going throughout the week and I just feel like my hair is kind of extra frizzy or dry on the ends, I will put some of this on in the shower and leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes, and then when I rinse it out, my hair feels really soft. Let's move into makeup for a second. I have 3 lip products and an eyeliner, and this eyeliner is amazing. It's from Zuzu Luxe. It's their liquid eyeliner in the shade Raven, which is the black color. And I have to say that after using this for a while, I think I like it better than the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. And I've used that Physicians Formula one forever. It's a really nice one, and I do like the brush tip on the Physicians Formula one. It makes it very easy to be very precise. It's a little bit harder to create a thin line with the Zuzu Luxe one, but the formula on this one is so black, so dark, and it's almost hard to believe that it's a natural product because it lasts so well on my eyelid. For lip products, I really like Pacifica. I love their packaging, and they have a lip gloss formula called the Enlighten Gloss Nourishing Mineral Lip Shine. And I brought down the shade Nudist, which I think is the perfect summertime nude because it's very warm. It has a lot of gold glitter running through it. The only downside to this is that the glitter does kind of stay on after the color has worn off, but other than that, it smells like a donut. It's not sticky at all, so I think it's a fantastic lip gloss. And then my favorite thing that Pacifica makes are these Devotion Deeply Devoted Natural Lipsticks, and I was first introduced to these in a Petit Vour box, and they're very comfortable on the lips, lightly moisturizing. My favorite shade is Natural Mystic. This is a brownie rose, and you can wear it very lightly on the lips or build it up, and it's beautiful. And then my #1 favorite lip product that I've tried so far from the beauty section at Whole Foods is this lip liner from Gabrielle Color in the shade Berry. And I have talked about this a lot. I bought it last fall and I got a ton of use out of it in the fall and winter, and I'm still wearing it in spring. Today I used it to line my lips and then fill them in, and then I topped it off with a little bit of a Kjaer Weis lip tint just for a little bit of shine. But I love this color. I love how long it lasts. I like this so much that it really makes me want to try more from Gabrielle Cosmetics, but so far I've only tried this lip liner. Another brand that I want to explore a little bit more is Andalou Naturals, but for right now what I have to recommend to you is the Lash Plus Lid Makeup Remover. And in the evenings I use the Elizabeth Dean for One Love Organics Vitamin B Cleansing Oil, and that really removes the bulk of my makeup, but sometimes I'll have a little bit of residual mascara or eyeliner, and this is so good at just whisking away that little bit of extra product. It doesn't leave my skin, it doesn't leave a film on my skin, but it does leave my skin feeling lightly conditioned, which I think is really important, especially around the eye area. So other things from Andalou that I want to try, I think there's a pumpkin mask that gets really good reviews, and maybe Kendra from Vlog with Kendra likes it, so I think that might be my next Andalou purchase. I was at Whole Foods earlier this week, and something I had never seen before but my friend Karen pointed out to me are these little Eco lip scrubs, and they came in 3 cents, at least at my Whole Foods. It was a brown sugar, a vanilla bean, and a mint. I ended up choosing the vanilla bean, and I am a longtime lover of the Lush lip scrubs. It's similar when I put my finger in, it feels like the Lush one, but once I put it on my lip, this one has a lot more oil to it. So depending on if you like that, but I think it does a great job at prepping my lip for lip color. And did I say that I got the vanilla bean? I got the vanilla bean, and I think it smells really, really good. The last thing I would recommend is a dry brush, and depending on which Whole Foods you go to, they have a pretty good selection. This is my most used, but this one actually came from the Joyous Health shop on her website. But this little guy came from Whole Foods, and he's my mini travel edition. And if you're curious about dry brushing, Joy has a fantastic video that I will link down below. I also have a blog post where I tell you why I do it and how I do it. It is so good for stimulating the lymphatic system, so I spent a lot of time in my underarm area and on my inner thighs. And then it's also good for softening skin, which is the beauty benefit, as well as stimulating circulation and releasing toxins. So if you are interested in dry brushing, I think it's fantastic. I haven't seen this huge, night and day difference in my skin, but I've seen enough of a difference, and I know enough that it is good for me that I continue to do it, and I think it's worth the time. So those are some of my favorite Whole Foods beauty buys, and this is just a small percentage of what they have to offer. There are whole brands that I haven't tried anything from. I'm really interested in Juice Beauty, and there's one more high-end makeup line, Dr. Hauschka. One of the Whole Foods I go to have a really nice display, so I haven't tried anything from them. If you are a person with a favorite Whole Foods beauty product, please leave that down below for me to read and for other viewers to read. I would really appreciate it. And then next week, I'm gonna have more natural beauty reviews, and they're gonna be very high-end luxury products. So hopefully this month I will have something for everybody. I really appreciate you watching today, and I will see you again very soon.